Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about Barcelona's midfield because there was a report that did come out earlier yesterday that was talking about Riqui Puig, and it does say here, according to sources in Spain, that due to the heavy competition which does revolve around Pedri, Gavi and Frenkie, Riqui Puig for the first time is starting to rethink about his future. He plans to leave in the summer to have more playing time. Now the reason why I do want to start off this video like this is because of what has been going on in the past few days, and that is the players of Frenkie, Gavi and Pedri really stepping up their game in Barcelona, and players like Riqui Puig, right? This is the after effect. Players like Riqui Puig might actually leave the club either on loan or for a straight sale. And why is that the case? Like, why is it now that Riqui Puig is finally making a decision that he does want to leave Barcelona? That is because, again, it does revolve around Pedri, Gavi and Frenkie and the humongous performances that they have been displaying on the field as of late. And that is what we are going to be revolving around for the rest of this video. Let's talk about Frenkie's game, Gavi's game and Pedri's game, and why they have been improving so much, and why I do believe, and many do believe, Barcelona are going to be set for the next 10 to 12 years within the midfield. And so look, right now, currently, right, as we do stand, Barcelona have players like Frenkie de Jong, Gavi, Pedri, Riqui Puig and Nico Gonzalez. And the fact that these five midfielders are being taught by Xavi Hernandez, this is a very special moment for Barcelona, but also very critical because there are certain players in here that are becoming great midfielders, and there are players in here that might say, you know what, I do not know if I'm actually going to make it here. And so right now Xavi does have a very tough situation to deal with. Like, for example, who's going to be starting? Where are these players going to play? Who is going to be the main bench players? Who's going to be the impact sub? Who is going to be the players that are going to be here for the next 10 to 15 years? These are things that Xavi does have to think about. Now look, again, we are going to be talking about Frenkie, Pedri and Gavi and explain just why these three midfielders are the ones that will for sure be the future of Barcelona's midfield. So starting with Frenkie. Yesterday, Frenkie de Jong against Napoli, he has played a total of 93 minutes. He scored one goal, had a total of 88 touches. His pass accuracy last night was 93.4%. He had 3 key passes, 4 duels won, 1 successful dribble, 1 interception, and 1 tackle. And just looking at these numbers, right, it is just so impressive. It is one of the best games that Frenkie has had in his career. And the fact that he is able to do this under someone like Xavi, we are finally starting to see how Frenkie is going to be used under this Xavi era that we are currently seeing in Barcelona. Like, I understand that yes, he could play as a central defensive midfielder, but like I have said in the previous video, he can give so much more as the interior. Like, just look at what he did against Napoli. He was the most effective midfielder on that night, and so him playing as the interior, he can give so much more. And Xavi was right. Like, I remember he did say this a few weeks ago or a few months ago that Frenkie de Jong has so much more to give as the interior when he is playing higher up on the pitch, because the quality that he does have in his shots, in his passes, his intelligence to make Barcelona's attack flow better, it is top notch. And Xavi is basically saying, why would I place this player as a central defensive midfielder when that is only going to reduce his impact and his quality? And so again, Xavi was correct. He was correct all along. And the fact that he's able to be so effective and take the ball away from Napoli like a total of 13 times, there is no other player like Frenkie de Jong in Barcelona. He is truly a unique player. And then as for Pedri, one of the biggest reasons on why Barcelona love to keep Pedri and why they do believe that Pedri will be the future of Barcelona's midfield is because of his through balls, right? His positioning. Like, there was a moment in yesterday's game against Napoli where he did make a very critical and very decisive through pass straight to Aubameyang, but unfortunately he did lose the ball. But the fact that he was able to see that pass, that is humongous. Like, can you imagine just what would happen if that through pass was going straight to Erling Haaland or someone like Lewandowski? Like, just for the sake of the example, right? A top striker. Pedri will come down as one of the players that does have the most assists in the top 5 leagues because of how critical and how decisive he can be with his through passes. And to be very honest, the only 2 players that I do see Barcelona portraying these type of through passes in very tight spaces is either going to come down to Busquets or Pedri. But the fact that Pedri is able to do this at the age of 19 years old, his potential is huge. Like, the fact that he has so much confidence in his ability to make these type of passes and have the responsibility to make that final pass to give Barcelona the goal, that is humongous. And under Xavi, he is only improving physically and statistically. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, it does say here, according to Luis Rojo, when it comes to his physicality, during Pedri's recovery period before returning from injury in January, he was also working thoroughly on improving his weight and his muscle mass without losing his speed. He was training by his personal trainer and at the clubs as well, and he still currently does. And then as for his stats, right, like his goals and his assists, it does say here, according to the exact same reporter, that there is a big reason on why Pedri has been scoring more goals than usual as of late because of Xavi, who's advised him to be more daring and step up once near the box. Xavi during his early playing career was also advised something very similar. And this is exactly what we do mean, right? The fact that these midfielders are able to learn under Xavi, this is again exactly what I do mean. Like, Xavi does want to give everything that he does know to these players and hopefully become even better than him. And I do believe that Xavi is also hoping to see that as well. And so yes, it's true. The one thing that we have noticed, and we have discussed this before, is that these interiors that we have been seeing in Xavi's Barcelona, whether it's Frenkie or Gavi or Pedri or Puig or Nico, the interiors do sit much higher. And this does give these interior players, right, to these midfielders, more access to score more goals. This is why we have seen Pedri score way more than usual. Just look at that goal that he did score against Valencia. He did not do this just because he ordered himself to do that. He did that because Xavi gave him the permission to be more risky, to be more confident, to say that, look, you don't always necessarily have to look for the through pass. You have more than that. You have more than just making passes from the right to the left to the center. You can also score goals. And if Pedri continues to test himself like this, he is going to be one hell of a midfielder. I just know that many cannot wrap their head around with the fact that Pedri, at the age of 18 years old, was one of the star performers at that Euro last year. Like, Xavi was not able to do this at the age of 18. Iniesta was not able to do this at the age of 18, nor Busquets, nor Zidane. And Pedri is here doing this at the age of 18 and is one of the main midfielders in Lucho's Spanish national team, and at a very early age. So Pedri is and will be the future of Barcelona alongside with Frenkie de Jong. And then lastly, I do want to speak about Gavi, right? Because Gavi, I believe he is the most talented midfielder in Barcelona as of today. He is the one that does impress the most because Gavi is only 17 years old and he is acting as if he was 28 years old. Like, just look at the type of intensity and the work ethic he just put on the pitch. It is so noticeable. And the fact that Gavi, again, is able to do this at 17, right? That is not normal. Like let's really sink in just how old Gavi is and what he has been doing on the field. If you were to ask me who is the one player that does give their all on the field within this Barcelona squad, it is Gavi. It is not Dest, it is not Dani Alves, it is not Ronald Araujo, it is not Ansu Fati, it is not Pedri, it is not Frenkie, not Busquets. Gavi is the one player that does put literally his head next to the ball. And what is one of the best ways I could describe this player? Gavi is basically like a mixture of Gattuso or maybe Vidal with someone like Xavi Hernandez. But the side that does show the most when it comes to this player is Gattuso, because Gavi is someone that does want the challenge. He wants to have the intensity. He does want these players to get frustrated and to try and body him because he knows that he will not be bodied out. And we have seen that on the field. You and me know exactly what Gavi does like to do. Like, look at the previous game that he did have against Napoli. He has received yet again another yellow card. Like, he is going to be missing the next game. Why is that the case? That is because Gavi is always putting himself physically in a very tough position, and that is what he does like. He is a complete animal. So I have never seen someone like Gavi. Like, I know that many of you guys here are maybe 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, but for those of you people who are like 30, 35, maybe 40 years old, I know that many of you guys have not seen someone like Gavi, because again, with him doing this at the age of 17 and the fact that he's acting as if he's 28 years old, we did not see Vidal do this at the age of 17. We did not see someone like Gattuso do this at the age of 17, or Mascherano, right? Someone who has played with Barcelona before. He did not do this at the age of 17. Not even Kante at the age of 17. No one has done what Gavi has done. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but many of these players that I am comparing Gavi to, they are the ones that do the dirty work, the ones who are very intense, always wanting to take away the ball, right? That warrior type of player. Gavi is above these players, and especially at the age of 17 years old. And so I just hope that this player here, right, Gavi, I do hope that he does aim, right? I hope that he does inspire to be the best midfielder that has ever graced the game, because even if you do fall short, you will come down to as one of the best midfielders that has ever played the game, and Barcelona does need to see that. And also, by inspiring to be the best midfielder that has ever played the game, you're only going to continue to be that workhorse on the field. Because the last thing that I do want to see is Gavi like making a name for himself, seeing how the social media is talking about him so much, and then he wins a La Liga, or maybe he does win a Euro with Spain or a World Cup, and then he just calms down. He's like, okay, everybody does know who I am, let me just relax now, let me just get all this money, demand all this money. I don't want to see that. I want Gavi to aim to be the best midfielder that has ever graced the game, because that is only going to give you longevity, and it's only going to make you want to work every day for as hard as you can. Just look at Modric, right? Modric did not really come out into the world of football until like the age of 25 years old, and he's still playing so well at the age of like 36, 37 years old. If Gavi does want to inspire to have that type of longevity and say, one day I'm also going to win the Ballon d'Or, do you know how long we're going to be having Gavi in Barcelona? That's going to be like a total of like 19 to 20 years of top quality football from this player. And his fitness is top. Like Frenkie, there are certain moments where he does have to stop the intensity, not pressure as much, and that is a normal thing. Every midfielder does go through that. When it comes to Nico, you can't even have him in a full 90-minute game. Like, he has to be taken off in the 65th minute or 75th minute, or be introduced in the 65th minute or in the 75th minute, and these are all normal things. Like, I'm not saying that Nico and Frenkie are worthless because they do things like this. This is a very normal thing. It's just that Gavi is extraterrestrial. He is someone truly special. He is someone that does not stop until he does get the ball. So who knows what this player is going to be like, but Barcelona are going to greatly benefit from this player. And so this is why I do say, and this is why we are hearing that someone like Riqui Puig does want to potentially leave Barcelona. It is because of Gavi and his intensity on the field. It is because of Pedri and his through balls, his masterclass performance, and it is also because of Frenkie de Jong, the one who dictates play, someone who can do it all, someone who can score, defend, play in different positions. And Riqui Puig is going to have to be someone that is going to have to step up in whatever way he can. And if you were to ask me, okay, now that we are here, now that we are in the final conclusion of this video, who do you think should be the main interiors for Xavi's Barcelona? I honestly do not think that there should be a main starting 11 within the midfield. There should not be. I think that one day we should see Frenkie and Pedri, another day we should see Pedri and Gavi, or maybe we should see Pedri and Frenkie, Gavi and Pedri, Nico and Pedri. That does not matter. The fact that we have these players fighting for a position, that is only going to make these players improve even more. We need that healthy competition, and I love to see that, and I know that Xavi definitely loves to see that. But that is going to be wrapping up today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.